Hello everyone, welcome back to LifeChat with me, Karima, the place to be, encouraged to seek your full potential and to live your life to the fullest. Today's live chat is about not letting our past define who we are today, but instead to use it as leverage to change our lives forever. Many of us have a hard time not letting our past define our future. I don't know if you've seen people like this, but there's people out there who grew up in a very abusive home or, grow up poor, and then that's not the kind of life they want. So they grow up to be this successful person and absolutely change the world. And then there's other people who have it all, who have the parents, who have the support, and grow up and just seek destruction. We've seen many stars like that who were very successful and who seek destruction. And I don't know why they do that, but I think a lot of it is hurts from the past. It's things that we don't let go of, that we bring, with us as we grow older, as we move on with our life. And we really need to leave those things behind and just grab on to the things we've learned and use them as leverage to have a better life. I grew up in a Muslim home. As many of you know already, I grew up in Morocco in Northwest Africa. I grew up with nothing. I was poor. I slept on the floor. I shared a blanket with my aunt. I grew up actually with my grandparents and my aunts and uncles. And the reason being, my parents divorced when I was a little girl. I was 2 years old at the time. My mom had custody of me and she had to work and she couldn't take care of me. So she gave me to my grandparents. And so I grew up with them. They pretty much adopted me. But, I still saw her. She would come every month and, take care of me. And the reason she worked is so that she could support me, and I can go to school. She was never able to go to school when she was little. She was never put in school when she was little. And, that's something that she struggled with all her life, and she didn't want that for me. But I will tell my story in more details on another video of some of the things that I went through growing up. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a glimpse of what I went through when I was growing up. And, I was walking to school, 4 miles every day. We didn't have any vehicles. We didn't have air conditioning. We didn't have the wonderful things that we have here in the US that we're so, blessed with. I also lost my father when I was 10 years old. He was only 35 years old and he was Moroccan. And then my parents, my mom actually met my stepdad who was from France, and we moved there when I was 12 years old. But all these things, really affected me, as a child, even though I was very blessed to have my stepdad and he took care of us, took care of me and my mom. I still, missed my real dad because I didn't know him. I never really truly met him. And I just felt like, he was taken away and I never really got a chance to really know him that well. And, a lot of those things could have really affected me growing up. I was even stealing when I was a kid. I was asked to steal, produce when I was a little girl in Morocco. And again, I will go into details later about that story, but, there's a lot of things that I've done that, I didn't have a choice but to do them or I could get in trouble. And so, they could have really affected me in many ways growing up, but I chose not to be that person. I chose to be different. And when I moved to France, I had a hard time being an immigrant, being a little girl, being different, and that's another thing that really, affected me and affected my self-esteem. And at age 18, I was given the chance to come to the US, which was a dream of mine, and I couldn't believe it. That was just absolutely a miracle. But, I was only 18 years old and I was chosen to come in an exchange program in the US. And I said yes, even though I was terrified of the fact that I was going to be away from my family and, not knowing what's on the other side. I'd never been in the US and I don't know how, things work here, and I didn't speak any English, but I took the leap of faith and came anyway. Even though my self-esteem was not there, even though I had many things that happened to me, I chose to not let my past define my future. And I took the chance to come here, and oh my gosh, I am so grateful that I did, because what a blessing. But before I got all these blessings, I went through a rough time, a rough patch. Before that, I actually got into an abusive relationship of 5 years. I was married, which I actually share my story on another video. You can find that in my YouTube channel. But I was abused physically and mentally, and that's another story that could have really defined who I am today. I could have really been very bitter and very hateful towards men. The way I was treated, I could have really turned around and just be really mean and not have anything to do with anybody, but I didn't want that. It was a dream of mine to be married and have children, and I was not going to let that marriage, that relationship, those hurts, define my future, define my dream and what I wanted for myself. And a lot of people do that. They get hurt in a relationship and then they think everybody is the same. Yes, there is a lot of bad people out there, but there's also a lot of amazing people out there. And you won't know until you give them a chance. The main thing is you learn from the mistake. You learn from your struggle. You learn from what happened to you. And you grab whatever is good, because every situation that you're in will have a good in it. As bad as it may be, there is something to learn from it. So just remember that. We only have one life to live, and we can make it a great life or not. The choice is absolutely ours, no one else's. So what we do with our struggles and the things we've been through in the past, it's up to us. We can keep the hurt and the bitterness and all those bad feelings and just play the victim for the rest of our lives, or we can be a fighter and fight back, and just move on with our lives and seek the dreams we want and seek the things we want in this life. That's what it's about. Again, life is so short. We can be gone in a minute. Tomorrow we can be gone. And only God knows where we're going to be, but it's so important that we don't let our past steal the time that we have in our future, because it will steal your joy. It will make you feel absolutely miserable. There's so many people that I know that are just miserable because they're letting what happened to them in the past just control them every minute of the day. They're like, well, this happened to me and this happened to me. Yes, okay, I understand, but you can change that. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to dwell on that. You can move on. And there is ways of doing that. Find a church, find support, find friends, whatever area you're in, find someone that can carry you to help you through that. The Lord will carry you through it if you give him your struggles and you give him your concerns, and reading the Bible every day makes such a big difference in my life. It truly carries me through everything that I've been through. And that's how I was able to forgive the people that have hurt me, get over some of the things that happened to me in the past, so that I can enjoy today. Matter of fact, in the Bible, it talks about how our suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not disappoint us because God has poured out his love into our hearts by the Holy Spirit whom he has given us. This is in Romans 4:12. Everything we go through, it produces something, and it can either produce this negativity and this hurt and this pain and just be miserable and make everybody else miserable around us, or we can produce some fruit from it. Again, like I said, by learning something and use it as leverage. Instead of taking all that stuff to the next relationship, we must heal. We must know what happened and do something about it and have a plan, because if you don't, you take all that stuff with you to the next relationship, you're going to be miserable. You really are. So it's important that you don't just rebound and go from relationship to relationship. Well, because if you have all that hurt and you take it with you, it's going to be there. It's going to be there no matter who you're with, no matter how great the next guy is going to be, or, you're going to have that hurt. So make sure that you heal so that you can properly be in a relationship with someone who's going to love you and treat you right. And that's what happened to me. I had to really work through the things that I've been through for 5 years, because when you have someone telling you all these negative things about yourself, you start believing it. True or not, you start believing it, and you really feel like they own you. They tell you so many lies. You feel like you're not you're not yourself. They own you, but it's a lie. You know, they're just a man. The person who owns us is God. He's the one who put us on this earth. You know, so you know you need to understand that. So if you're in a relationship and you went through something, you know, bad, whatever it was, take a break. Don't jump into another one. Just take a break. You know, heal. Read some books, find yourself and what you want, and then go for it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was encouraging to you in some way. As always, you can leave me a comment below or a question. I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos and please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Blessings to all and much love.